Who's the talent now compared to when we were in school?
Overall, it's better. I think the youth coaches are really teaching the right things and putting the time and development into it rather than considering just winning.
Nights in the trap, I got paid for this. Lost friends, I lost love, had to pay for this. Now that rollie match the pain, I got change to fix. I done seen the trenches break the real ones apart. You can't fake the struggle when it's written on your heart. I done made it out the dirt, now I play it smart. Not the ones who doubted me, tryna play their part. Tell my cousin don't fall, we gon' shine in a minute. Keep them leeches off your plate, they ain't grind just to get it. I was broke, now I'm up, ain't no time to be timid. I done stand 10 toes, even life tried to bend it. If I die today, just know I gave it all. Took some losses and I still stand tall. Pain taught me lessons that the streets could never teach. Now I'm counting on my blessings, I'm the one that they can't reach. I done came from the bottom, I was made for this. Hard nights in the trap, I got paid for this. Lost friends, I lost love, had to pray for this. Now that really matched the pain.
I'm gonna get personal with you, man. I haven't really been in the mood to talk about my basketball journey just because my basketball journey has seen a lot of downs more than ups. You know, it just disappoints me every time I have to relive that moment. And what I mean by that, man, is obviously basketball is my whole life, my entire life. It's always been my life. If there was a basketball court nearby, you would find me there. It didn't matter if there was 25 people there or just me. I'm hooping by myself. I'm counting down in my head. I'm taking notes. More importantly, I'm emulating guys who I respect as basketball players, like Joe Johnson, Kevin Garnett, Carmelo Anthony with his size ups. I was always studying the game. And nobody really understood that at that time. People would be like, why do you always talk about basketball so much? Like, why? I'm like, because basketball is literally the only thing on my mind. And when you're growing up with an unstable family, you're trying to hold on to that one thing that does keep you sane, that pulls you in and says, you know what? You're going to get through this. Going out, everything that's happening to you on the outside, that's fine. But basketball literally levels me out to be like, okay, let's not focus on the outside noise. Let's focus on what's right in front of us. It put me on a path to want to be successful. And it failed me. CYO and Suburban Coach Dean LeClaire, and my boy Jeff LeClaire, those were some of the best basketball memories I have. Hooping with your friends. Sometimes we play 3-4 games in a weekend, going from game to game, jamboree to jamboree. I used to love it. The practices, the daily practices. You had practice every single day. You were practicing and practicing and practicing, and even more practicing and even more practicing. That mentality of wanting to get better at my craft, that was there from a very early age. And I just wanted to be out on the court. I didn't even want to score. I just wanted to run up and down the court. I remember showing up to 4th grade for tryouts, and I had long hair. I had like a mullet. I gotta find a picture. I had a mullet, and I had jeans on. I'm walking in that bitch like, yo, I'm ready to hoop. Coach looks at me and says, the only way you're making the team is if you cut your hair, 1, and 2, you got to put some shorts on. I said, deal. And then, I was probably my height, 6 feet, back in 4th, 5th, 6th grade. So, I was taller than a lot of kids growing up. But then, everything kind of halted. So like my dream of becoming a basketball player got smaller, I'd say, when I entered high school. And I mean, I would be showing up to games. I remember the varsity team coming to my 8th grade games, watching us play, and I got to join their practice in 8th grade and got to see what actual varsity practice was like. And you know, I was always around basketball. I was always hitting up coach, the coaching staff. Like I was always in their ear, being like, what can I do to get better? And I have this mindset till to this day. It's where it's like, I am never satisfied. And unfortunately, I'm a person who does really well when other people acknowledge what I do. Saying, oh, like, small dude, you can literally just say, oh, good job today, James, and I'll feel like $1 million, dude. I'll run through a wall for you because I feel valued. Something I didn't get too much growing up is being valued. I just want to be valued at the end of the day. So more toward as I was at high school, you know, I was a freshman, I was coming in, as a freshman, I made JV and I was on top of the world, bro. Being a freshman on JV, like, I had a lot to prove. And I'm like, finally my hard work got me somewhere. And because obviously freshman, you play on the freshman team, but if you're a freshman and you play JV, that's different. It means that you're better than your friends. You're better than other people in your school. So I was feeling myself freshman year. I was playing really good. I was working hard. Now, sophomore year comes up and the expectation is varsity. I'm working out every day. I'm going to basketball court after basketball court after basketball court. Sometimes, dude, I'd wake up and I'd pack a lunch with me and I'd take it with me and I'd walk down the street to the courts, go to a different court. When that court was done, my energy was insane. I played all day long. And you know, I just never really, so like those tryouts came along and this is where I felt like the shift, like where I really felt like it didn't matter how hard I worked because someone already made the decision for me. I don't really know what came into that decision of putting me on JV my sophomore year. I felt like I was ready to play varsity, but you know, it kind of killed my spirits, but I still played. I still had a great time on JV. And after that, I would continue to work. I continued to play basketball. Basketball was my life. I didn't change anything up. I didn't change my routine. I didn't change anything. Leading up to that summer, I was always in my head. I was always like, look, I have to get in these certain situations to be successful as a basketball player. I need to get to the post because I operate very efficiently in the post. I ran numbers and I would tell my friends that, like, force me to make a move. Force me to my right hand because I don't have a right hand. Force me to my right hand. Force me to create my own shot. My friends did a lot. Like, shouts out to my boys because they know exactly how I play and we battled, bro. We battled. And we just wanted to see each other get better. So shout out Gino Ferrantino. I mean, me and that kid, we played basketball every single day. We never wanted to compete against each other. He was the type of guy that we never wanted to play with each other, but when we did, we was hooping. We was winning every game. But we wanted to play against each other because to us, we were the best players to walk on that court. If you didn't think that you were the best player to walk on the court, then it's like, what are you doing? And those battles, we battled and battled and battled. Those were some of the best times. If I could go back to a time where I could play basketball every minute of the day, sign me the fuck up. with your boys behind you, bro. Every time you hit a fadeaway Dirk fade off one foot. Oh, man, that shit tough, boy. Good shit, dog. Oh, they can't guard you, home. Man, bro. Like, fuck. That's the camaraderie I was talking about. So it's like, that was a great transition. Because it's like, if I'm killing people on the courts, pick up, 1, 2, pull up. Nobody guarded me, bro. Nobody can guard me. So it's like, why am I successful on the playground, but then when I try to put it in organized basketball, it never panned out for me? But then there's a political side to it. Well, what's your last name? How much money did you put into the booster club? You were making the team because you were like undeniably good. Like my boy Tyler, he was undeniably good. Not that he needed that, but I'm saying, like, they're not going to question a guy with his stature. I wasn't the flashiest. I wasn't, I didn't score much. I played hard. I played basketball. I was a Draymond Green type of my time. I was the glue guy that kept everything together. I was talking on defense. I was taking charges. And, I was that guy to be like, oh, if you need a dump off down low, I'm putting it up. And that corner jumper from mid-range, that's water, bro. That's water all day. I get the ball at the top of the key. I make one little move, take it to my left. Man, that was money. But it's like, I had the motivation and the want to win. And like, I love being on the court and being impactful on the court. That's what I wanted. So when I really felt on top of the world because I made varsity junior year, and I was like, dude, my hard work paid off. Like, I made it this far, and I actually did it. Fast forward, I didn't play much at all. My career high was like 6 points against Ludlow, and I played like 5-6 minutes. And when you're playing garbage time, you're just like, yo, can I just get the ball and get mine and be done with it? So that way I can go home at night and sleep a little better knowing that I scored in a game. Like, that was my whole mindset battling that too as I was sitting the bench and riding the pine. It's like, I always made jokes. I was like, yo, I could just bring my pillow to this game because I ain't getting in. So it's like, I come to the game every single day, ready to go, get warmed up, I get pumped up, and I'm like a puppy dog waiting to get put in, but I never do. I never get put into the game my junior year. Never. And, but throughout that whole process, I'm still hyping myself up. I'm still getting the same success I have on the playground. It's like, yo, people are wondering, like, why I'm not playing enough. I can't really explain it to them. And my coach wasn't giving me straight answers. I would always be in his office being like, yo, what can I do to get better? And he would tell me, and I'd be like, okay, but like, now you're running out of things to say. I keep coming back and being like, how come I didn't get in that game? It's like, oh, number one, I don't really know. I don't understand, and I want to understand. But then my senior year, I obviously made varsity again, and I was starting. I started the first 6 games of the season. I actually had time. I was like, look, everybody's gone in front of me. Let me get some work. And then a freshman took my starting spot. I started looking over at the bench. His name is John Wright. Shout out to him. I love him. Nothing but respect for him. But going into that 7th game, how practice was going and how coach was looking toward the future, I just knew, man. And when he didn't call my name, I was shattered. So from that point on, when I lost my spot to a freshman, everything just went downhill from there. I remember I've exhausted all my options. I've been to coach's office so many times. I've wasted so much of my time trying to prove to someone who clearly was just on a different level and in a different state of mind than I was. We were never on the same page, and you know, that was a very telling moment for me too. And that broke me. That literally broke me. I didn't show it at that time, but it broke me, and it was the start of me second guessing every move I made, questioning myself. Am I actually good enough? Am I gonna do anything with my life? As a 17, 18-year-old kid, your basketball is all you've ever known and all you've ever cared about. It's kept you out of trouble. It's made sure that you got good grades in school, and then all of a sudden your spot gets taken away from a freshman, and you look back at your track record, and the only time you were ever happy was before high school, because high school turned you into somebody that you didn't even recognize anymore. It's like, what am I working hard for, knowing that my outcome was always in writing. It was painted for me. I didn't even realize it. So I'm working my tail off. I'm out hustling kids. I'm the last one in the gym every day. I'm the first one there. And nothing ever happened. I never got an opportunity. Nobody went out of their way to be like, James, I'm gonna give you a chance. Nobody's ever given me a chance. And maybe, just maybe, that's all I needed. And that's all I still am looking for, is just a chance. Someone give me a chance. Take a chance on me, bro. Like, I promise you, I'm capable, and I will put the work in if someone just gives me a damn chance. It hurts, dude. It really cuts me deep. Like,